future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
Hey, bro. Oh my goodness. Glad to see you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, welcome back.
Okay.
It's
All right. I'm here. Leslie.
friend. Rough ride and I'm back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Good to have you back, man.
Making a news for you. All right.
Yeah, it's always good to see you.
Welcome back.
How are you? Welcome. Good work. I see you again.
And I'm back. That's us there.
The taxes we pay provide revenue for the government to use to develop and improve our country's infrastructure and the life of all Guyanese.
If we pay our taxes, the government will be able to build more roads, schools, hospitals, bridges, and other government facilities.
The government will also be able to use those funds to pay better wages and salaries to public servants and to improve government services.
This will help to attract more investors to our country, create jobs, and reduce poverty.
Let's invest in our country. Pay your taxes.
A message from the Ministry of Finance and the Guyana Revenue Authority.
But Prime Minister, I want to say to you that you've got to take it one day at a time. We love you. We treasure we treasure you. And we want to have you for a long, long time. Especially since on the horizon, we see oil. And we see all the good things that follow with that. And so, on behalf of all of us, I would like to extend to you, on behalf of His Excellency, cabinet members, and all of us here, a hearty welcome back to Guyana.
I want to tell him that, you know, as soon as you land at the airport, I get demoted. That is the downside of this thing. But it is a demotion that I always want, because I prefer a David and a Moses together in this country, ensuring its programs gets executed. And of course, apart from that, the advantages of having you in our midst, Moses, the fact of having such erudite remarks forthcoming in Parliament and Cabinet, at our AFC meetings, Management Committee and National Executive, is an extraordinary thing. And to have not seen you for, I would like to say, a couple of weeks, is, you know, something that did not go down well with me, although we could have picked up the phone as we did and talk and so on. But it is really, really good to see you and to now be exposed again to your astute leadership amongst the company of our cabinet members and our AFC leadership. There is a certain quality, too, about you, Mose, that we always want to be with, and that is your expertise and experience in life, as it were, and the political life especially. Since a small boy, I know Moses, and who wouldn't know Moses? And that expertise and experience that you bring to us is something that we all will always cherish. You are, of course, a political heavyweight in these parts. And when you have a political heavyweight around you, you feel safe, you feel encouraged. Just like if you were to have Muhammad Ali around you, you definitely feel all the better. I want to say that, of course, this has a spirituality about it, and that is obviously how you should be welcomed after that surgery. But I want to say that, you know, there is a season and a time for everything. So, although we're going to be spiritual today, upon a full recovery, we have to get spirituous. Mose, it's wonderful to see you back. And I want to also put in a word here for the two ladies that are in our midst that have seen this through to the big success it is. That is, of course, first Sita, who I am so close to, as you know. Decades of friendship, hunting her pot in the kitchen at Liliandale, and of course, your lovely daughter, Maria, who I understand played a big role in ensuring the successes across in America. It would be remiss of me if I didn't also thank them for ensuring your safe coming and homecoming back. We love you, Moses. Thank you very much.
As I listened to comrades and I reflected on my own, I remind myself and Prime Minister often that it was he who got me interested in politics, not just to read about it, but to become involved in it. And that is something I will always honor him for and thank him for. We sat together at the University of Guyana in a classroom studying law. I went on with a few colleagues. Moses stayed back to serve the people and was later able to complete his degree. So this morning we welcome you home. We are, of course, you would have noticed, opening and closing with AFC ministers. Moses may have come from the Alliance for Change via the PPP Civic, but he is from all of Guyana. And no one can take that away, even those who pretend to be your detractors. As I have observed you in Parliament in particular, from the opposition benches, as I've observed you as Speaker of the National Assembly, and I have now come to observe you as a member of the government side, I think, and I say without fear of contradiction, that there's no better speaker or orator in the land or nation of Guyana than you, sir. It is always a particular pleasure, like when one witnesses a batsman of class and eminence going to the crease. One has great expectations that you have never failed us. And so we welcome you back. We look forward to your presence in the House. And we say to your wife and family, we know that we have a duty to take care of him, and we will not let you down. Thank you for taking care of him for the last few months. Thank you for bringing him home to us. Thank you for your care of him. We know that we have a duty as well, and we will not fail him, or we will not fail you, sir. And so with those words, I'd like to close as I've been mandated to do. I recall the words in Psalm 118, I think it says, I shall not die, but I will live to do the work of the Lord or to serve the Lord. And I think that God has brought you back so that you may continue serving us.
The Ministry of Finance has announced a tax amnesty effective January 1 to September 30, 2018.
This means that you can pay all your outstanding income, property, corporate, capital gains, and withholding taxes. File your taxes before June 30, 2018, and all interest and penalties will be waived, or file before September 30, 2018, and pay only 50% of the interest and penalties accrued.
Invest in your country. Pay your taxes. A message from the Ministry of Finance and the Guyana Revenue Authority.
Roundabouts. Approaching a roundabout. When you approach a roundabout, you must use your indicator if you intend to turn left or right or make a U-turn at the roundabout. You must give other road users sufficient notice of your intent to turn. Entering a roundabout. When entering a roundabout, you must slow or stop to give way to any vehicle already in the roundabout. You must also continue to use your indicators if you intend to turn left or right or make a U-turn. Turning left. When turning left, you must indicate left on approach and be travelling in the left-hand lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Stay in the left lane and exit in the left lane. Turning right. When turning right, you must indicate right on approach and be travelling in the right-hand lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Making a U-turn. When using a roundabout to make a U-turn, you must approach in the right lane and signal right. Changing lanes in a roundabout. Drivers may change lanes in a roundabout if they wish. The usual road rules for changing lanes apply. You must use your indicator and give way to any vehicle in the lane you are entering. Going straight ahead. You don't need to signal when approaching the roundabout if you are going straight ahead. You may approach the roundabout from either the left or right lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Exiting a roundabout. As when you exit a road, you must signal left when leaving a roundabout, if it is practical to do so, and you should stop indicating as soon as you have exited the roundabout. However, when you are travelling straight ahead on a small single-lane roundabout, it may be impractical to indicate when exiting.